Hey everybody, John Van Dyke here for New Jersey Exposed. Today is Sunday, March 20th, 2022. Yes, the beginning of spring. So it's a Jersey time, spring kind of time today. And temperatures here in New Jersey are up in the upper 50s, but we got a breeze in the air. Partly cloudy, but I'll take it after all this cold weather, which I hate. I'll take this weather. We're on the way to warmer weather, and I can't wait. I can start sitting down at the picnic table and doing the videos. Alright, well, we got another story here of a cop that can't behave himself. His penis has got him in trouble once again. And remember, people, I want you to keep in mind, this in no way reflects on all the other officers, because you got to keep in mind, they're not all out there raping women and downloading child porn and having sex with minors. Many of them are out there beating people up, driving drunk. You name it, they're doing it. Costing taxpayers lots of money. All right, this is reported on thestate.com, and this came out March 18, 2022. Reads as follows. Columbia police officer charged with sexually assaulting incapacitated victim. Well, how many times have I done a story about that? I think I did one a few months back out of Keensburg. They had a cop there had himself his way with a passed out incapacitated female. Unfortunately, a camera caught him. All right, I have not read the story, but I found the title be interesting, so here we are. Let's see what it has to say. A Columbia Police Department officer was arrested Friday accused of sexually assaulting an incapacitated person, according to state agents. He was fired from the department shortly after his arrest. This is what's great. I guess this stuff just, not getting fired must apply to like New Jersey, New York, these bigger departments with more money, because you start getting in these rural areas and it's a different deal. The unions aren't as strong out there. They fire these bastards. If this took place in New Jersey, this cop be sitting on, he'd be home watching cartoons, eating cereal for the next 6 months, getting paid. Okay, the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division charged Keith Ryan Williamson with third-degree criminal sexual conduct stemming from an assault in October. In October, Williamson was close to his 12th year at the Columbia Police Department, and now he's close to the back door now. About October 30th, 31, Williams accomplished sexual battery with the, I like how they say accomplish. Why don't they say perpetrated? But it says accomplished sexual battery with the victim and had reason to know that the victim was incapacitated at the time of the assault, according to his arrest. Evidence for his arrest came from interviews with Williamson, the victim, medical records, digital records. Digital records, what's that mean? He had text messages? Is there a video involved? Agents jailed Williamson at Lexington County Detention Center, where he remained as of Friday afternoon awaiting a bond hearing. Columbia Police Chief Skip Holbrook fired Williamson Friday after his arrest, citing improper conduct by the officer. You know, this is great. This is what I want to hear. Where these chiefs don't dick around and they fire these bastards, and they don't have the, you know, these towns don't enter into these contracts where they can't get rid of bad cops. Because that's the problem. They got unions, and then they enter into contracts, and these contracts just stipulate you can't fire a cop for and just firing him. You gotta go through a whole nonsense to get rid of them. That's one of the reasons we got bad cops, because it's like so difficult to get rid of them. Williams has been suspended prior to his arrest, the department said. The investigation of the Williams began when an unspecified person filed a complaint in October against Williamson with the Columbia Police Department. Investigators said the person alleged Williams had acted criminally. Yeah, this is another thing unhealthy about being a police officer. You go out and get some woman drunk. And this used to be standard operating procedures when I was younger. Those days are over. You know, you go out to the bar and you have drinks with a girl and you dance, you have a good time. And then after that, you go out in the car or a motel or back to the house and you do the hokey pokey. You can't do that anymore. Those days are over. Because these women, when they're drunk, they want to do, well, I won't say women. When we're drunk, we think one way, and when we're sober, we think a different way. And how many of you guys out there hooked up with a girl, maybe she wasn't that attractive, but when you were drinking, you had your beer eyes going on, and Next morning you wake up and you're like, oh my God, what the hell did I do? I know it's happened to me. Oy. So, yeah, I got a feeling, so what I'm saying is that if you're a cop and you do something like that and, this girl's going to be really mad at you and, girls can be very vindictive and what's the first thing they're going to do if you're a cop? They're going to turn you in and try to get you fired from your job. Okay, Columbia Police immediately informed SLED investigators about the allegation against Williams, the department said. When officers are accused of crimes, the employing a police agent typically asks SLED to investigate, as was the case with Williamson. Internal investigators at the Columbia Police Department looked into the allegations, decided to suspend Williams until the SLED investigation concluded. Williams was a sergeant. Whoa, he was a sergeant. You should know better. Was a sergeant in the department's Metro Division, which patrols most of downtown Columbia. The South Carolina Code of Law says that one standard for third-degree criminal sexual conduct is when the actor knows or has reason to know that the victim is mentally defective, mentally incapacitated, or physically helpless, and aggravated force or aggravated coercion was not used to accomplish sexual battery. In other words, people, don't have sex with women who are drunk, okay? That's the safest way. Just take her home, give her a kiss goodbye, and if she wants to hook up with you, she's going to hook up with you the next day. You got to, maybe the best thing to do is just go to her house and have drinks there, and you can say, well, you know what, she fed me drinks, and I acted inappropriately, and she baited me. I'm not accusing this woman of anything. I'm assuming it's a woman, okay? I'm not accusing her of doing anything. I got a feeling it's a situation where alcohol was involved and his lapse of judgment being alcohol like that. One thing I've learned about alcohol, people who are drunk, is your inhibitions go out the door. And when you're sober, you would say, no, I'm not going to do that. But when you're drunk, fuck it, I'm going to do it, right? We've all been there. Williams could go to prison for 10 years if found guilty of third-degree criminal sexual conduct. And that's that on the story. I'd really like to know more what's going on with this, because I got a feeling this is just a date that went bad. And the girl had sex with him. Again, I'm assuming it's a girl. She had sex with him, and then in the morning she had sex remorse, I guess. But then again, it does involve a gang member, and we know how they are. Rape is very high up on their list, and maybe you got two, this is just a perfect storm. A drunken woman and a sexual predator with a badge, and he was drunk, and the sexual predator really comes out of him. Because as I always say, a drunken man's thoughts, a sober man's thoughts is a drunken man's actions. Isn't that how it goes? Yeah, that's how it goes. So the real cop came out of him. The real person came out of the cop, and now his penis has got him in trouble once again. It's funny how their fist and their penis is getting them in trouble. The thing is, the camera doesn't catch them with the penis problems. The penis problem is always somebody reports on them, or there's a preponderance of things that happen that gets them in trouble. The fist, it always seems to be the camera that catches them. So it's a very interesting observation I just came up with is, I'll repeat myself again, the camera catches them using their fists, and I guess the sex with the person they're with is what gets them in trouble with their penis all the time. So very sad that that's what's going on in law enforcement, but don't expect any law enforcement anytime soon to acknowledge they have a problem because they're in a state of denial. It's not about them because they are narcissists, so they will always point the finger at you and try to change your thinking with their propaganda. They'll be the first ones to tell you, just wait till all the evidence comes out before you make a judgment. All our officers are good and blah, blah, blah. It's a never-ending machine. We all know it, okay? But we know what the truth is because you can find the truth right here at New Jersey Exposed and other people's channels where we expose these bad cops and their behavior. And social media is our platform now to fight back against bad cops and change the law enforcement, the climate in law enforcement community. It's going to be slow, but we're making headway. Just go to their Facebook pages and look at all the propaganda crap that they put up. and they're doing that to try to push against the narratives that we are putting out there, and the narrative that we're putting out there is the truth. I'll put the link in the description. Let me know what you think about this story. Let me know what you think about what I say. I'd like to hear that too. So I always read all the comments, and I read every one, so feel free to chime in. Till next time, people.